What can a game like yesterday do for you guys, and what do you hope it does for you guys?
I think a game like yesterday is just obviously a confidence builder for us. To be able to win a game like that early in the season, staying engaged in the game, coming back and getting a crazy win is good for confidence, obviously.
Do you ever remember being in a game that wild throughout your career?
I maybe a little early in my career when I was in Seattle, but nothing that crazy. That was a storybook ending to a game. Crazy, just making a play here and there, a couple bang bang plays, and we're back in the game. So that was definitely crazy.
George, what is the trick to, and as a veteran, what's the trick to try to make this game turn into, get some, I mean, obviously you got a lot of young guys in the locker room hadn't won yet, and got a lot of guys have been on this team for a couple of years haven't won. What's the trick to try to parlay this into getting yourself onto a good streak here, so to speak?
Yeah, I would say the next day we're back on the field for practice. Just going out there, building off what we did Sunday. And I think just most of the vets coming in there and guys who won at this level before, telling the young guys and kind of showing them how to prepare for the next week after coming off a win like that. And going out there and getting back in the lab and fixing some stuff that that we maybe messed up in the game and what we need to do to get ready to win the next game.
George, we all saw the video of Joe entering the locker room and how excited he was. What was it like for you guys to see a guy like that have a day like that? Obviously later in his career, and just kind of have that kind of moment.
I mean, it's a lot. Joe's played ball for a long time, and cool Joe, made some plays down the stretch, and anytime we get a win and a guy like that go out there and make some plays, obviously we all gonna be excited and happy and having a good time together, man. So it was definitely a good moment to share with the team, and Joe was definitely excited.
George, how did you feel like your day went going against Myles Garrett? Obviously, he's a challenging pass rusher to block. It seemed like as the game went on, you guys were containing him a little bit.
Yeah, Myles is very talented. I think he might be the best guy out there on the edge in the game. Having help from my teammates, it was definitely a collective effort from everybody on our team, on our offense, with chips and everything like that, and bringing the slide sometime. And in times where I didn't have anything, I just had to, hold it down. So it was definitely a competitive matchup. And obviously he's gonna make plays. We just gotta kind of limit those plays.
And how do you feel about where the offensive line is at now after 2 weeks? A lot was made about all the movement and guys in and out of the lineup. You didn't really get them as much time in camp as you would have liked. Like, how much better do you guys feel after 2 weeks than maybe you did 2 weeks ago?
No, a lot. Obviously, yeah, we had a lot of stuff going on. There's all this training camp, guys moving around, new guys getting in the lineup. We didn't really get to gel that much, but right now we're just taking it day by day, getting in the lab every day, and just trying to build. So that's what we do again this week, and try to build off of last week.
Hey, while you guys are having that dramatic win, obviously the Bengals had a tough loss. They're 0-2 now. When you see that result come in, do you think to yourself, "Oh wow, I would rather have them win and not come in here 0-2"? Or how do you look at a team like that that's defending AFC champs?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough league. It doesn't really matter. Last year was last year, but they're battling back right now. So I know for sure they're back in there and they're getting ready for us. So it just kind of is a testament to this league. There's a lot of guys out there who make some plays. It doesn't really matter what you do. It just you got to make more plays than the other team and do right longer. So I'm sure they're going to be eager to get up here and play us. We just got to make sure we're on our P's and Q's.
George, obviously you're, during the offensive plays, you're at the point of attack, so to speak. But you see what Garrett Wilson does, whether it's when you're watching film later. How much does that excite you? And what kind of star power does this young guy have potentially as he goes forward?
Yeah, so I didn't really pay attention too much. Obviously I was blocking. But going back and watching the film, that guy made some big plays for us. He's gonna be a good player for a long time. One of those elite pass catchers who out there and great route great route runner. And I think that's going to be on display for a long time. So the plays he made yesterday was definitely impressive.
I mean, obviously, you've been around a lot of receivers. I mean, receivers have particularly the star receivers do have a reputation for being a little bit of a diva or whatever, high maintenance. This young guy just doesn't seem like he has that, about him. I don't know if you've noticed that in the locker room. Does he seem like he's a little bit more focused and matured for a guy who's that young?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I wouldn't say, guys acting deep. I just think that, for a guy like him coming in here as a rookie and have an opportunity to go out there and play, make some plays, and for the the coordinator and the quarterback to trust him enough to get the ball in his hands, that's gonna be a lot for him, and he's gonna go capitalize off that. I know he's gonna want to take this game and repeat it next week and try to do the whole season like that. So I'm eager to watch him grow as a player. And keep watching him get better and better every day in practice. So looking forward to it.
George, obviously you never think you're out of it, but after Chubb scores and you're down 13 with under 2 minutes to go, I mean, what's the mood? What are you thinking at that point?
Yeah, man, we were just thinking go out there, try to get a quick score, and then just try to do our job right there, get a quick score, and then see what happens from there. Obviously, we recovered that onside kick, and then we had another opportunity to go out there and put some points up. So that's what we did. So we just had to stay engaged, keep fighting all the way down to the last second of the clock, and that's what we out there did.
George, what do you think is the next steps for you guys offensively? Because the third down conversion rate went up from last week, of course. You guys got into a really good rhythm in the first half, and then late you picked it up as far as those game-winning drives. But what is the next step for this offense?
I just think sustaining, being able to, like you said, we started off really good, and then we had our highs and lows. But that's the game, ebbs and flows in the game. There's going to be some plays. Those guys getting paid too. They're going to make plays here and there. Just being able to sustain that, though, just keep throwing punches, not really worry about what happened. Just next play, we'll go back and clean everything up later. But once we get to a point where we're putting everything together and everybody's hitting all cylinders, then I think that's the next step for us.
How encouraged are you by where the run game is at right now?
Man, very encouraged. We got a good room of backs. We got some guys that we can turn around and get the ball to, and they'll make us right a lot of the time. And they're making great reads. They're running hard. In protection, they're making some key blocks. They're helping out the tackles, helping out the guards, centers, whatever they need to do. They're out there doing their thing right now, man. So we're definitely excited about our running back room.